I'm glad Christmas has come to an end. Wow. Why is nobody talking about how emotionally and financially and mentally draining it is to plan for the end of the year? I mean, the emotional gymnastics and everything that we have to go through to figure out what gifts to give, who to gift, what not to gift, when to gift, how to gift it. Why is nobody talking about this? I mean, it's a lot. So much. It is snowing right now. The weather isn't nice. I think the snow we have this year is a lot compared to other years or previous years, but yeah, that's what it is. Everybody says it's the most wonderful time of the year, but I feel like weather-wise, it's not the most wonderful time of the year. Outside of the weather bugging me, it's the end of the year and I have to think about gifts to give people, not just people, but like family, my friends, those people who are important to me, who have shown up in different areas and different aspects of my life. I mean, babysat for me, showed up with food at my doorstep, been kind and been nice to me this year. I mean, giving me extra hours of sleep, taking me out to get groceries. You know, just the people who have been amazing in my life in 2025. You have to think about the gift to get. First of all, before the gift comes across, you have to think about who to gift and who not to gift. Who is on your Santa list and who didn't make it this year. You have to think about what type of gift to get and are they gonna like it or are they not gonna like it? Is it a gift they want? Is it a gift they don't want? Is it something they will appreciate? Is it something they will not appreciate? Is it something that they need that would add something of relevance, something that they would want, something that they would like? Those are things that you have to think about. Those are things that you have to put into the equation when you're talking about or thinking about coming up with a gift. Nobody talks about how mentally draining, emotionally, and financially draining it is, because giving gifts at the end of the year is a big financial responsibility. You have to ask yourself, is it a budget that I can afford? Is it something I'm ready to splurge on? And then we have to think about the number of people in our lives. If you come from a large family means a lot of gifts, means a lot of money, means a lot of thinking about what to get maybe the kids or your sisters or your siblings or your mom or your dad. People in our lives, from our husbands to our friends to our co-workers to our kids' teachers. Come on, it's a long list. I can go on and on and on and on. It is like a roller coaster ride at the end of the year. I mean, that's a lot. And nobody is talking about the emotional, the financial, and mental gymnastics it takes to get here. So yeah, that's what I'm here to talk about today. And just like Santa, I am analyzing who is on the naughty list, who is on the nice list, and who is on the awkward in-between list. kids come visit. And growing up back home, we also had kids who would just come and just say hi to the parents, and the parents would give them like maybe here we give dollars, you give like $5 to the kids, just make it a memorable time for Christmas. Them. So Christmas Eve was like cooking. We would have chicken, rice, different types of soup, different types of food in the house, and we cooked that way because we wanted to have a nice time celebrating the holidays. So at Christmas Eve, everything is ready. So on Christmas and after Christmas into the new year, you had nothing else to do than just go to the fridge, you get something out of the fridge, microwave it, and you're eating. There's no cooking done. So we had a lot of time to watch movies, stay in pajamas, and just have a lot of peace. And then I figured out that I had to bring that intentionality and that mindset into the kind of gifts I was going to give. I suddenly started shopping in my own house. I am that person who buys things like all year round. And if I see something that springs you, it saves my Christmas wallet. So I'm not that kind of, I don't wait till the end of the year to start preparing my gifts. No. I start preparing if I see something nice, it might be just anything nice that I think, oh, this person might like or that person might like. I buy them when they're on sale, for example, to save my wallet in Christmas. That has helped a lot and just saved me a lot of stress. So if I see your name on something, or I think that you will like this, or maybe you have mentioned it unintentionally, I would buy that and keep. And for the gaps that I have on the list, maybe things that if I wasn't able to get something for somebody, or just a general list that kind of helps me go through having the best Christmas gift ever without fail, I finally figured a strategy that helped me give the best gifts for the year. That strategy is fail proof, and I feel like it's not just gonna work for only the gifts that we give at the end of the year, but also something we can give for like birthdays or celebrations or parties, whatever you're thinking to gift somebody, or you're figuring out what do I do, what do I do, what do I do. I figured out the strategy, and I'm gonna be sharing that. The first strategy is something skincare. I have a lot of females in my lives, and right now, different ages into different levels of skincare. Something skincare. Something warm. I thought of something warm, and something warm could be a fuzzy sleeper, a pajamas, a blanket, a robe, something warm. And then something soft. I said something soft would be something maybe a little bit fuzzy, but it could be a teddy bear. For me, something soft was like maybe like it could be a scarf, something soft to touch, something soft. Then something scented, so something that smells nice. So in that category, you could have like candles, perfumes, um, roll-ons, deodorant. It could even be floss, something that smells nice. We all know something that smells nice. And then what else? What am I missing? I'm missing something. Something warm, something soft, something scented, something skincare. And oh, now I remember the last one is something sweet. In my case, I thought chocolate. That's something sweet. But you could add maybe a bottle of wine, but a kind of soda, whatever. Whatever suits your budget. And these gifts do not have to be expensive. They don't have to be. Some of the gifts I had were like trial sizes of like either perfumes or like makeup or like skincare, so that if it's something they try and they like, they could get another time. And if it's something that, because with skincare it can be very tricky, because sometimes you might get something that is not appropriate for somebody's skin, and if it's something they react to or something that wouldn't look for their skin type, they know not to get it. So that's the strategy that has helped. So I skip the wrapping paper and I opt for the gift basket. But the secret weapon isn't the gifts, it's the handwritten notes. With the handwritten notes, I get to give my honest review about how you made me feel in the year 2025. For me, that is intentional, it is thoughtful, and it is brave. So it doesn't, that's another way, or just another extension of expressing how loved I felt, how you carried me thoughtfully and nicely throughout the year. I mean, how you showed up for me at different times, and the peace and the love that was shown in the year. It doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be elaborate, it just has to be rich in love. That's all that matters. And time is also rich in love. It could be home cooked meals, it could be takeout, it could be anything. As long as you're sharing time with your loved ones, the people you love, the people you appreciate who have shown up, that is all that matters. Was the stress worth it? When I see that heat of dopamine on their faces as they open their gifts with excitement and joy, that is the best feeling ever. And it just tells me that what I went through to give gifts, or to just think about thanking everyone who has showed up for me in the year, was worth it. And I'm relieved and I'm so happy that I get to put a smile on somebody's face at the end of the year. Not just anybody, but people who have been there for me, showing me love, care, attention, listening ears, whatever it is. Whatever occasion or whatever form that they showed up for me in the year was just something I couldn't just let go of, but just be thankful for. And finally, I'm gonna say, don't forget to thank you. Don't forget to thank yourself. You showed up for you this year. On the days you felt good, on the days you felt bad, on the days you had amazing testimonies, on the days you felt like you were down, on the days when you were not okay, and the days you were okay. Don't forget to thank you, because all the people and the amazing things happening in your life were there, but you were able to pick yourself up, carry yourself through it with help. I mean, you did that. I'm happy. So I'm excited. Now I can move on to 2026. But that aside, it has been a roller coaster of emotions, but I must say that every anxiety was worth it, because when I saw the smile on the faces of my loved ones after giving them my end of the year gift, my son, and I hear things like, oh, I love this. How did you think about this? How did you know I wanted this? How did you know I needed this? Those emotions are the best. They cannot be replaced. They cannot be faked. Because they weren't there when I was preparing the gifts. And they weren't there when I made the final decisions on what I wanted to give. But at the end of the day, the joy, the laughter, the warm hugs, the time shared together, those are the things I would always have in my memory. and will last me for a lifetime. So for all, I know, like the end of the year is like the time when we have a lot of reflections and a lot of things going on, but spend time with your loved ones. Tell them how much you love them, appreciate them, whichever way is best for you. Your gifts don't have to be expensive, you don't have to be elaborate. It could be just cooking, sharing a meal, or maybe sharing a cup of hot chocolate or a cup of tea, playing games, having fun. Those are the memories and those are the things that I would have forever. Take pictures, drink a lot of wine. Yeah, drink a lot of wine. It's actually the most wonderful time of the year, because at the end of it, nothing matters. All that matters is how much love and warmth you've been able to give and share. The people you love, the people who have been there for you, showed up in one way or the other. Yeah. So at the end of the day, the anxiety, the stress, the hiccups, on how am I gonna wrap this? Am I gonna wrap this? Am I gonna put it in a gift basket? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? What am I gonna do? All of that is worth it. So I want to thank God, because the year was amazing. It was awesome. He saw me through, gave me strength. And I want to thank me for seeing me, for believing in me. So the moral of the story is, the gifts don't have to be expensive. The gifts don't have to be elaborate. All that matters is the love, the peace, the warmth that comes with it, and the memories that we get to share with the people that we love. So have an amazing end of the year. Have fun, laughter, food, drinks, parties, whatever it is that you want to do it. And happy New Year's, happy 2026, and thank you for watching. I can finally exhale. Happy New Year.